With that down, guys, let's move over to this for a second here, shall we? There was a bit of drama in the world of movie releases because Wicked is coming. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on this movie. I think because Wicked is going to be one of those movies that I believe appeals to people far beyond this 5% bubble that we live in. You know, the 5% of us that make shows like this and watch shows like this. The other 95% of the movie audience, I'm telling you, is really excited about this. And I think everybody is underestimating how big this movie will be. I'm not saying it's going to be the biggest film of the year, but it's going to be big. But if you guys remember, it was originally scheduled to drop on the same day as Moana 2. They moved it up a few days, and now it's going to open on the same day as Gladiator 2. I think it'll be fine. It's in the Christmas season. It's going to do fine. Well, now they've moved the release date for Wicked 2. Because remember, Wicked 2 is coming out next year. They're coming out 1 year apart from each other. They shot them back to back. It's coming out 1 year apart. And it was supposed to drop on the same day as Zootopia 2. Well, now they decided to take the initiative and they've moved it instead up a few days. So now it'll release in front of Moana 2 on the date. This comes us from Variety, who writes the following. Wicked 2 has changed its release date, bumping up 5 days to November 21st, 2025. The sequel was previously slated for November 26, 2025, which would have put it up against Disney's Zootopia 2. In July, the first Wicked underwent a very similar schedule change, moving from November 27th to the 22nd, after initially being planned for a Christmas opening. That shift put the movie musical ahead of Disney's Moana 2, but Wicked now shares the release date with Gladiator 2. You know, I remember we talked about this before, about with other movies, where if you've got two significant movies, opening on the same day, if you're going to be the one to move, the way to move is in front. You want to be the first one in theaters, right? You want to get your opening, because remember, the most important weekend for every movie is opening weekend, right? That's going to be your big, unless you're a movie like the first Avatar or something like that. There are very, very, very few exceptions, but 99% of the time, the biggest opening weekend you're going to have is opening weekend. So what you would rather be is, I think, Wicked opening first and then have Moana open, having to open with Wicked still in its just in its second weekend, rather than have your opening weekend be the second weekend of Moana. I think you would rather have that first opening weekend. Now you might say, I understand, but John, you know, it's opening against Gladiator 2. They ain't going for the same audience.
Yeah, but
it's a little bit of an Oppenheimer situation there.
Do you think it's coincidence that both moves were from competing against an animated film? Was that just coincidence?
Yes and no. That's a great question. I think the answer is yes and no, because both of these movies are put right up going into the Christmas season. That's when you're going to put other family films, right? So no, not really coincidence, because there were going to be family films there anyway, but yes, a little bit of a coincidence. You know what I'm saying?
And my feelings towards this is like, there's still a part of me that feels like the average movie going audience still is very picky about what they watch or how much they spend, because a lot of us don't have A-list. A lot of people still don't have A-list, which they should.
Yeah, absolutely they should, 100%.
So if they picked one movie that they're going to take their family out that month, it's good to have your movie ahead of the movie that you fear, or the movie that could take that money.
Now, by the way, we're not saying that Wicked is going to make more money than Moana 2.
Oh, no,
and we're not saying Wicked 2 is going to make more money than Zootopia 2. But you're right. You'd rather get out first.
Yeah, be the first option.
And capture that.
Yeah, be the first
option for people. Yeah.
Right.
So it's an interesting move. We'll see. Again, the nice thing for all of these movies, Wicked, Wicked 2, Moana, Zootopia, Gladiator 2, is that it's coming out in a season where there's a lot of moviegoers going out. So there's a lot of money to be made. and we'll see what happens. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. Hey guys, it's John here. You know, as kids, we're always learning new things, whether it's how to ride a bike, play an instrument, or even ace that math test. But as adults, it seems like we lose a bit of that natural curiosity. When was the last time you learned something new just for the fun of it, like new skills, a new language, or maybe just how to finally beat your best friend at that game? You know, therapy can be a fantastic way to reconnect with that sense of wonder. It's like going back to school, but this time it's for you. It's about learning new coping skills, setting boundaries, and empowering yourself to become the best version of you. And the best part, it's not just for those who have experienced major trauma. It's for anyone looking to grow and learn more about themselves. If you've ever thought about starting therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try? It's completely online, making it super convenient and flexible to fit into your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a quick questionnaire and you'll be matched with a licensed therapist who fits your needs. Plus, if things aren't clicking, you can always switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. So rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Campea today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea. Take the first step to being your best self. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this little move to move Wicked 2, just like they did for the first Wicked, up a few days to get ahead of it, the big animated feature that's coming out, in this case, Zootopia 2, like they did for Moana 2? Do you think it's a good move? Do you think they should have just kept it on the same day? Do you think it doesn't make any difference whatsoever? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.